back to your TOEFL iBT preparation course. Today, we'll focus on the reading section. I hope you started by taking a look at your guide. This is very important for each section. It will lead you step by step and show you which activities you need to complete and when. So at the beginning, you should have completed the pre-testing. Now don't worry, the pre-testing is only for you to compare your results. It's important for you to be able to see your improvement and reflect on what was easy and what was not and why. So let's take a look at the basics for the reading section. This is the format for the reading section. You have 3 different types of questions: reading to find information, basic comprehension, and reading to learn. So on the screen, you will see an outline of each one of those. So you can take a minute to pause the video and read them if you need more time. As we go through, we'll take an in-depth look at each one of these. Again, it's very important for you to know the format. This will better prepare you with strategies for success on the TOEFL exam. Before we look into each section, we need to take a look at a few vocabulary words that are very important to understand when completing the reading section. The first 2 are scanning and skimming. Scanning a text is a technique that you use to look for specific details. And skimming, on the other hand, is when you are trying to find the main idea or the purpose of a text. So if you look at the screen, you have an example and an explanation of both skimming and scanning. Both of these skills will be used various times throughout the reading section. The next vocabulary phrase is make inferences. And this just means the ability to comprehend an argument or an idea that is strongly suggested but not explicitly stated. So some questions in the listening part will ask you to predict or make an assumption based on what you've read. The reading section format looks as follows. You have 3 to 4 passages, approximately 700 words in length, and you'll have 12 to 14 questions per passage. The completion of the reading tasks will take you about 60 to 80 minutes. And just like in many other sections, the reading passages will vary, but they are academic-related topics at a university level. But don't worry, if you're unfamiliar with the subject, the passage will contain all the information that you need to be able to appropriately answer the questions. In the reading section, you will see 3 basic categories of writing that are presented in several different style types. The first is expository. An expository just means an explanation of something. The second is argument, and as you probably know, an argument is when something is supported with evidence. And the third is just a historical piece. These will be represented in several different style types. Hopefully you are familiar with one or a few of these from your writing courses: classification, compare and contrast, cause and effect, and problem and solution. If you don't know about all of these, don't worry. You will have plenty of practice at the end of this section. The answer format is also important to take a look at. You will be required to read through the entire text before assessing the questions. So when you scroll to the bottom of the screen, you will see the questions on the right-hand side. So according to the official TOEFL guide, there are 3 answer formats in the reading section. You have traditional multiple choice, insert a sentence questions, and reading to learn questions. So let's take a deeper look into each one of these. The first is easy. It's just traditional multiple choice. So if you notice on the screen, you have 4 choices and a question. And the information that you need to focus on is highlighted in the text and in the question. The second type of answer format is insert a sentence. So if you notice, there's a statement on the left side of the screen and then some answer choices below it. If you look to the right, you will notice that these same spots are indicated for you to choose from inside the script. The third type of answer is reading to learn. Now for these types of questions, there could be more than one possible answer. So for example, if you take a look at this question, it says, you should pick the 3 most important points from this passage. So that means that some of the answer choices were just minor details mentioned. and you should focus on the main points. So now that you've seen the answer format, let's take a closer look at the questions. There are 8 types for the reading section of the TOEFL iBT exam, but don't worry, we will go through each one because understanding the questions are half the battle for success in the TOEFL exam. First, you have factual questions, and these are very easy because the information will be explicitly stated in the passage. So it could be a fact, a detail, or a definition, or something similar. Here are some example questions. According to the paragraph, X occurred because. According to the paragraph, why did X do Y? According to the paragraph, which of the following is true of X? So here are some tips for tackling the factual section. Remember your vocabulary. You might need to scan to look for a specific detail. Maybe you've forgotten something, so you need to go back and check. But remember, you can use elimination to cross out any answers that you know are incorrect. But read the question carefully. Don't just select an answer because it was mentioned. You need to look for exactly what the question is asking. Now here you have an example text and an example question for the factual. So what I want you to do is complete this in 40 seconds. Try reading the text in 30 seconds and then taking 10 seconds to answer the question. So complete this activity now. What did you choose? D is the correct answer because D is explicitly stated in the text. It says having too much stress in one's life. A is incorrect because seeing plane crashes on